The Commission opposition leader tabled a report from, I think, March. They sent a report to the Parliament from March. It has not been tabled. You put out a release on that today. Speak to us a little bit about that.
I was shocked to read in yesterday's Sunday newspaper that a report on the Firearm Licensing Authority, FLA, had been sent by the Integrity Commission to Parliament, I think on the 30th of March. Mm-hmm. And we didn't know about it because all you know is that a report has gone. You don't know what the report is. And those reports can be from, some public servant who hasn't filed their thing on time to something serious like this. So we didn't know until somehow the newspaper got some information about it. And it turned out to be about the Firearm Licensing Authority. And there was a cover letter from the Integrity Commission to Parliament sending the report, which said that it is about acts of corruption and wrongdoing within the FLA. It's a very serious matter. The FLA is a very critical agency of government.
Yes.
Because it is empowering people to have lethal weapons. So if the wrong people are given those licenses, whether because of incompetence within the FLA or corruption within the FLA, then every Jamaican is at risk because somebody has a lawful weapon which the police can't take from them if they use it lawfully. And they might use it to do something unlawful and then it's too late. So the point really is, this was a critical report. And I wrote to the speaker yesterday to explain why this is such a critical thing and why the obligation is clear, in my view, that it should be tabled without further delay and demanding that it is and calling on her to do her duty as speaker to ensure that it is tabled on Tuesday in the House.
Is it a breach, opposition leader, by the Speaker of the House?
In my view, it is, because the purpose of the act is being thwarted. When the Integrity Commission completes an investigation, often it takes them a long time to do the investigation. They write their report and they send it to Parliament. The purpose of that is to bring it to the attention of the nation, to bring it to the attention of the parliamentarians, the media, and all Jamaicans. And that is the sunlight, that is the disinfectant that can result in action being taken and making the public aware of what's going on and bringing pressure to bear to have things change and improve and be fixed. So if the Speaker and the President of the Senate get these things and sit on them, and we don't even know what they are, they're undermining the very purpose, the central purpose which the Integrity Commission was established. And that's not right.
And if it's not tabled on Tuesday?
Well, we'll have to see. I don't like to predict what action we will take. We will see what happens on Tuesday.
My final question to your opposition leader is coming. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in its season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show for this Saturday morning. And indeed, a Saturday morning where Jamaica is loaded, and I say loaded with problems. Bob Marley said so much trouble in the world. And I dare say to Bob Marley, if you thought trouble was in the world when you was around, brother, check now. This, your time here, trouble in the world. Lots of trouble. Imagine the Integrity Commission report was sent to the Parliament. The Commission opposition leader.
Then every Jamaican is at risk, and then it's too late.
The Integrity Commission report was sent to the Parliament. March, April, going almost 2 months now. And it has not been tabled. And when you listen to Floyd Green in the Parliament, he finally said that it is the Parliament's decision whether to table or not to table the Integrity Commission report. And I am of the opinion, this is my opinion, that the government, they are hiding something. I'm very curious to what they are hiding. They are hiding something, in my view, my humble opinion. And I want to go back to a clip I played on Wednesday. This clip with Mark Golding, and it all, at the end of it, comes Floyd Green. And he'll tell you that it's the Parliament's decision. So really and truly, when you hear them talk about the fact that there's a court matter, they are using that. Listen to this, my viewers and listeners.
The lead of government business in the House is misleading the House on this matter, and it must be corrected. The question of Ian Hale's case is very relevant. The final ruling, the only substantive ruling in that case, was a reasoned and written judgment. And the court ruled that the Speaker of the House and the President of the Senate would have been acting intra vires, in other words, within their powers, by tabling the report submitted by the OCG, as it then was. Their actions would be categorized as Parliament conducting their internal affairs, and as such, their actions would be immune to the jurisdiction of the court. I find that the Speaker of the House and the President of the Senate were improperly joined to the application for leave as interested parties. It is abundantly clear that a public body like the FLA should not be able to throw a cloak of secrecy over a public... My point of order.
You rose on a point of order, but you're making a presentation.
Yeah, I'm completing my point of order. I'm completing my point of order.
No member that cannot be allowed.
I'm completing my point
No
of order.
member that cannot be allowed. You're making a presentation. You would have raised your point of order to the point. No, you're making a presentation. So we're not going to allow that.
I'm responding to the point of order. I'm responding to the point of order. I am responding to the point of order. What the leader of the opposition has said is that the court has indicated that it is in the purview of the Parliament. That is what the court has indicated. The court has not said that you must table. The court has said that the Parliament has the right to decide. And I'm saying the Parliament decided that where the matter is before the court, as per the standing orders, if you were to prejudice that matter, then we will leave it alone. It's as simple as that.
Speaker of the House and the President of the Senate would have been acting in...
Hold on, Marky. No, you hear what Floyd Green said a while ago? What Floyd Green said a while ago. And I want to go back to Floyd Green.
I'm responding to the point of order.
Listen. I want to listen to Floyd Green. He said it's the purview of the Parliament. No, Floyd, the Parliament had made a decision from 2023 that any report come to the Parliament would be tabled as soon as possible. So therefore, the Parliament has already made a decision on that. So to come now and tell us about the court, you guys are turning Jamaica upside down. Listen again. No, I'm going to take it back from Mark Golding. And there's a clip before, and I need to go find it for tomorrow morning show. Back in November 2023, where the Speaker of the House made her decision, that when the reports come, they will be tabled. Let me go back to listen this lad, man.
I'm responding to the point of order. I am responding to the point of order. What the leader of the opposition has said is that the court has indicated that it is in the purview of the Parliament. That is what the court has indicated. The court has not said that you must table. The court has said that the Parliament has the right to decide. And I'm saying the Parliament decided that where the matter is before the court, as per the standing orders, if you were to prejudice that matter, then we will leave it alone. It's as simple as that.
We are not going to entertain a debate.
But
it's not a matter of debate.
See, that's not what the Parliament decided. And this leads me to take you back to the first clip from Mark Golding, where he read into the record what was already in the record, what the Speaker of the House decision was. The government of Jamaica have too much things to hide. Too many things to hide. Listen this. Listen to this one.
The background to this is that there was considerable controversy toing and froing for a long time on delays in the tabling of reports coming to Parliament from the Auditor General and the Integrity Commission. That culminated in the Speaker, I think on November 11th, 2023, issuing her position on that matter. And I'm going to read from that. And I quote, reports of the Director of Investigation submitted under Section 54, subsection 4, and that's of the Integrity Commission Act, will be tabled as soon as possible after receipt by the Parliament, having regard to the serious nature of the matters that are contained therein. It will be requiring the immediate and direct attention of the House. After it is tabled, it will then be submitted to the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee for their consideration and report. And I add in parentheses, at that point it would be a public document that the media, the whole of Jamaica and all parliamentarians would have had the benefit of being able to see. I continue. Kindly note, all reports from the Integrity Commission will be reviewed by the officers before they're tabled, and it will be tabled in the soonest possible time. No effort will be made to delay such reports. End of quote. That was the Speaker's ruling.
I stopped there. And I'll tell you why I stopped there. Because the decision that Floyd Green is talking about, that is the decision that the Parliament took. There was no further decision to our knowledge that the Parliament changed that decision.
That is what the court has indicated. The court has not said.
You would have raised your point of order to the point. Now you're making a presentation. So we're not going to allow that.
So when Floyd Green now come back to talk about a decision of the Parliament, what Mark Golding read a while ago, that is the decision of the Parliament.
I'm responding to the point of order. I'm responding to the point of order. I am responding to the point of order. What the leader of the opposition has said is that the court has indicated that it is in the purview of the Parliament.
Yes! Yes! That's what the court says in the Ian Hills case. That is the Parliament's right whether to or not to publish the report. Yes. So therefore, when you come to tell us, when you come to tell us now that the Parliament make a decision, what are you talking about?
That is what the court has indicated. The court has not said that you must table. The court has said that the Parliament has the right to decide. And I'm saying the Parliament decided that where the matter is before the court, as per the standing order,
and report, and I add in parentheses, at that point it would be a public document, that the media of the House, and I quote, delays in the tabling of reports coming to Parliament from the Auditor General and the Integrity Commission.
This is the decision that the Parliament
culminated
made.
in the
This
Speaker,
decision.
I think on November 11th, 2023, issuing.
Hold on. This is the decision that the Parliament made on the tabling of report. Floyd Green, you need to go one side. Resign. Hey, hold on. Before I go any further, Marvin the Little Fire, hold on, the party leader. Marvin the Little Fire, them start a petition. I signed it last night. And I am encouraging all my listeners and viewers, because I start the program right tonight this morning, you know. Too much things there for the whole preamble. Me start right tonight. Marvin, the Little Fire. There's a petition out. May I ask all of my listeners and viewers to go sign it if you are upset with the behavior of the government. If you are upset and not pleased with the running of the country, sign the petition. It's not costing you $1. Yeah? Sign the petition. It is Jamaica demand. Hold on, I can look for it because I want to Google it and sign it. We need 100,000 signatures. I signed it last night, and I am imploring all of my listeners and viewers to sign it. All of you, please and thanks. Jamaica demands accountability. Please sign it. Yeah? Jamaica demands accountability. May I beg you to sign it. We need 100,000 signatures on it. Let me get back to it. Because these are the things, you know. These are the things. The Integrity Commission, which is Jamaica's watchdog, a creature of the Parliament, did some investigation into the FLA, tabled the report, and the Speaker eyed it. Floyd Green is coming and telling us now that the court said it's the Parliament's prerogative. That is true. Whether to table or not to table, that is true. But the Parliament in 2023 made a decision that they will table. So which decision is Floyd Green talking about? I'm going back to Mark Golding, trying to get to Councillor Troop. Don't have Mobile because we're supposed to have him on this morning. And there's a next thing I want to tell you now. And hear this good. Did the police use an illegal gun to shoot Buju? Hey, Tala! Did the police use an illegal gun to shoot Buju? Call everybody. Because we're going to put that on the table this morning. And show you. We're going to show you why that policeman should be arrested and charged. Should be arrested and charged. But let's go back to Mark Golding. Let's go back to Mark Golding.
Her position on that matter. And I'm going to read from that. And I quote, reports of the Director of Investigation submitted under Section 54, subsection 4, and that's of the Integrity Commission Act, will be tabled as soon as possible after receipt by the Parliament, having regard to the serious nature of the matters that are contained therein. It will be requiring the immediate and direct attention of the House. After it is tabled, it will then be submitted to the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee for their consideration and report. And I add in parentheses, at that point it would be a public document that the media, the whole of Jamaica, and all parliamentarians would have had the benefit of being able to see. I continue. Kindly note, all reports from the Integrity Commission will be reviewed by the officers before they're tabled, and it will be tabled in the soonest possible time. No effort will be made to delay such reports. End of quote. That was the Speaker's ruling. This report concerning the Firearms Licensing Authority, a public body that has most serious statutory functions, came to this House on March 30, 2026. The cover letter from the Integrity Commission said that the report contains serious matters concerning governance, maladministration, corruption, etc. We are now in mid-May, and that report has not been tabled today. Reports that came to...
Hold on, the opposition leader. So what the opposition leader read a while ago was the decision that the parliament took. So somebody called Flight Green for me and tell me, ask him, so we are asked, when did the parliament change that decision? Yeah? Because this is what Flight Green said.
I'm completing my
No member that cannot be allowed, you're making a presentation. You would have raised your point of order to the point. No, you're making...
Hey, and a Flight Green tell the speaker they also do this too, you know. If you watch the tape, good, you see when him rise up and indicate to the speaker, so the speaker shut down Mark Wolin.
A presentation, so we're not going to allow that.
I'm responding to the point of order. I'm responding to the point of order. I am responding to the point of order. What the leader of the opposition has said is that the court has indicated that it is in the purview of the parliament. That is what the court has indicated. The court has not said that you must table. The court has said that the parliament has the right to decide. And I'm saying the parliament decided that where the...
When did the parliament decide that? The parliament decided that any report that come to the parliament will be tabled. You're a liar, Floyd Green. That's why you, wild man, tell you that he's a stranger to the truth. Stranger to the truth. You, Floyd Green. The opposition leader took it a bit further, though. The opposition leader took it a bit further. And this is what was released.
Dear Madam Speaker and Mr. President, I am sending you a memorandum of today's date prepared by the Honorable Michael Hilton, KC, on the captioned matter. Please see the attached. Having now shared with you the benefit of this clarification of the legal position by eminent senior counsel, I trust that the Integrity Commission's investigative report on the Firearm Licensing Authority will be tabled at the next sittings of the House of Representatives and of the Senate, respectively. If not, I intend to instruct legal counsel to file proceedings as advised in the memorandum. Sincerely, Mark Golding, MP, Leader of the Opposition.
So, Marky G say, if we don't table it Tuesday, we are going to take it to the court. And that's why I believe it is very, very important that all well-thinking Jamaican who see the hills and the wrongs that are being done by this government sign that petition that Marvin put out. Sign the petition. Jamaica demands. When I signed last night, over 6,000 persons have already signed. So I'm inviting all and sundry to sign. Nevio.
Mr. Bell.
Morning, are you a part of the gang or are you not a part of the gang?
Part of scam.
The gang.
I am with Jamaica Labour Party 100%.
So you are a part of the set of culprits and the bandits that are running Jamaica.
No, I am not a part of that. I'm a part of a team which is doing good for the betterment of the Jamaican
The Andrew
people.
Wallace-led administration is a set of bandits.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion, and I'm not going to quarrel with you. What I want to ask you,
Yes.
I am listening cleanly. And you say the court rule.
Yes.
That is the parliament who decided
whether to table or not to table.
Yes, right.
Yes.
And I am saying, if Mark Golding said him going to go to the court if the report don't table Tuesday coming, to ask the court to force the parliament to. How could that be? And the court don't make a ruling that the parliament decide yes or no?
But you know what
But
happened?
this-
You know what happened? You know what happened, nephew? The parliament made a decision in 2023 that they will table.
I hear that. I hear that.
So why is it that they are not tabling this decision? Who is it that they are protecting? What is it that the set of bandits are hiding? What am I hiding,
I
nephew?
would have want to agree with you that it is to table. What I will disagree with you to call in the duly elected government bandit. I would disagree with you.
Let me ask you
doing
something.
so.
Let me ask you something. What would you call Hitler?
Hitler was a terrorist, man.
Hitler was duly elected, you remember that? Remember that. Hitler was duly elected. So being duly elected does not make you honest. Duly elected does not make you decent. Duly elected does not make you a responsible government. This is a set of bandits that are running Jamaica. Why, nephew? Nephew, let me ask you something. Do you agree that Westmoreland has been the hardest hit parish by Hurricane Melissa?
Based on all the report, that is what come out.
Then, nephew, don't you think that by now the Prime Minister would have met with the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation, including the mayor, sit down with them and everybody and at least have a discussion on how they're going to help the people of the parish?
The Minister for Local Government, did he went down the Yes,
isn't it reasonable that by now the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Michael Holness, would have gone down to Westmoreland and met with his worship, the mayor, and his team at the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation?
I will not dispute that he can't do that. He have gone to Westmoreland since the hurricane at all?
Yes, he has gone down there.
Right.
But nephew, you have an elected set of people down there who are called councillors. And the mayor, who is by protocol the Prime Minister's representative in the parish. And the municipal corporation is the legal entity to deal with the recovery of the hurricane and the victims. Why has the Prime Minister not met with the mayor of Westmoreland? You stammer, nephew? You stammer? Are you stammer?
Well, I am asking you if the Minister of Local Government, in which the councillors all under, have he gone to Westmoreland and meet with them?
Yes, the mayor said he has met with the minister.
So the point I'm making, even though the Prime Minister have not, the minister represent the same government, the minister represent the Prime Minister, and they have gone. So,
I know that you would spin it and try come, but let me ask you this.
You hear that?
Let me ask you this.
No.
Yes, man. Then try excuse the Prime Minister, man. You know the Prime Minister should have meet with the man them. But let me ask you this. Each councillor in the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation was given $1,570 or the equivalent in Jamaican $250,000. You think that was adequate, nephew?
That was bad. That was poor. That $250,000 can't help nothing. And the kind of damage down there, you want to give the councillors them at least $10 million each for them division. So I agree with you. That was very, very poor. And the money is available where they could get far more than that.
Thank you. You are talking like a Jamaican and not like a Labourite. When you call me, you talk to me as a Jamaican, please and thanks.
And I want you, I want you to do the same thing.
I am a Jamaican.
You must talk. You must, even though you're the vice chairman for Era Council too.
No, we're not no Era Council, we're not Labourite, we are Region 2.
Region, even though you're the vice chairman for Region 2. And I must say to you that I'm very impressed with the chairman.
Oh,
of the
yes,
Parliament.
man. He was
He's
supposed to be
doing a
here this
good
morning,
job.
but him throat not so well. So hopefully Monday evening him can get better. By that I will talk to him Monday evening.
But you must do the same thing too. You are too much bias on
No.
the program.
You know why it's sound bias, Neville? Let me tell you why it's sound bias. Because the government is doing such a poor job. That's why it's sound bias. Because every day we can find enough things to criticize the government legitimately. Tell me one thing when we criticize the government pan we're not legitimate. Tell me, Neville.
And every day you can find some great things that the government have done.
What great this government has done? Not great. What great this government has done? Nothing.
This Jamaica Labour Party government have bring down unemployment to its lowest ever in the history of this country since slavery.
Let me ask you something.
Slavery.
Let me ask you something. I'm glad you mentioned slavery because slavery was the only time when Jamaica had full employment. So it look like the more people we have employed, the more they suffer. You realize that there are more people outside of the labor force that is supposed to be in the labor force than in the history of Jamaica?
Yes. And just before I go, this Jamaica Labour Party government have put the biggest salary in public sector pocket, and public sector when they retire.
Yeah, but it know what nothing.
Getting a bigger pension.
But it know what nothing. He can't buy nothing. The money no got no power. The money no got no power. The spending power gone.
All right. The ordinary command. The ordinary command we used to go home with 200,000 a year under the PNP. He's not going home with $1.1 million.
But the 200,000 could have buy more food, could have buy more things, could have buy more clothes.
Let me give
Nephew, when people that get $6,500 a week for minimum wage, it could have buy more chicken than we can buy now that they get in 17.
More Jamaicans buying motor cars today
Nephew.
ever in the history of this country.
And that's why taxi man can't strike and they can't pay for the car, they can't miss a day. If they miss a day, bank take
you understand?
Later,
more
Nephew.
Jamaican qualified for housing trust house today under the Jamaica Labour Party.
Thanks to Michael Joshua Mandley and the PNP for housing trust. Later.
Yes, I'm
Hey. Nephew is a part of the set of bandits. Morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Morning, Colin. Morning. How you doing? Morning.
Today I try to get Mr. Troop, Councillor Troop, because I'm supposed to join with this morning, you know.
Yes. I hope you get to him because we want to hear what's happening down in Mobile with the killing of the young lady.
Yes.
So my question this morning is isn't the opposition a part of the parliament overall?
Yes.
So how Fly Green is saying that the parliament made a decision not to table the report without the input of the opposition.
No, but no Gus, a lie Fly Green a tell.
So isn't that a breach of the parliament? Isn't that a breach of the parliament decision in itself?
Listen to me, Carla. Floyd Green is telling a lie. I just played the clip from 2023, November 11, where the parliament made a decision. The decision that the parliament made was that any report come from the Integrity Commission and the Auditor General will be tabled as soon as possible and that nothing would be done to interfere with the tabling. Mark Golding read from the answered.
Yes, I heard that.
So when Floyd Green come tell you that the parliament now this must be a new decision that nobody knows about.
Exactly, that's my point.
But then again, I tell you something. The parliament is doing things that Floyd Green don't know about, you know. Because I don't know if you realize when Philip Paulwell talk about the release that the parliament put out, Floyd Green say, I have to go check. You did see that?
I noticed that. So that is why I raised the issue here this morning.
So that Floyd Green don't know what going on in the parliament.
Exactly. He's just being politically biased in this
That is
situation
it.
and trying to cover up everything. But it's just a national disgrace what is taking place, and I hope Mark Golding will seek all legal advice in this matter so it can be resolved and this report can be tabled, because it is supposed to be tabled. Such a institution in the country, the FLA, is very important that we, the people, know exactly what is happening up there.
All right, caller. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Top of the morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good morning, Brother Colin.
Have you signed the petition?
I was trying to from a topic from how much days long, and my system up here, I don't know. It's not getting to it.
Type
But
it in a
I'm
Google. Go
going
in a
to-
Google and type it in.
Yes. All right.
Yeah?
Colin,
I want
hold on, my
hold on
brother.
a little bit. Hold on a little bit. Right now, we have almost 900 people on the live. And by this evening, this live will be watched by over 6,000 persons. I am asking every single individual to sign that petition. 100,000 signatures we need. Because if the government don't pay us any mind, it is going to go to the United Nations. We're going to send it all around the world, and I want all the bloggers and broadcasters who are well thinking joining this one. Joining it.
Hear this, Colin.
Yes.
2 things this morning. I'm not gonna talk. Just hear me and help me. Cause we have to put it through. Me no know it good, but in a prayer this morning, early morning, it came to me. Mother, the great stone have to move. But the great stone got to move.
But the great stone,
the great stone,
the king of
stone
Babylon.
of Babylon. The great stone got to move. My God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. My God is an awesome God. I leave that with you this morning, Colin Bell.
Yes.
Hi. Later, Papa.
Blessings.
Later.
Blessings.
Gone back to God.
Somebody's asking where you can find the petition. And anybody know Little Marvin number? Tell him to link me right now. Anybody know or send Little Marvin number to me? Because if you type it in a Google, because what I did last night was type it in a Google, and it came up very easy. I think it's the easiest petition that I have ever signed. And Nadia is saying that Clark, is saying that 7,615 people have signed. Come on, people, we need to go faster than that. We need to bust the 15,000 before the day done. Nadia says she posts it. She posts the link. Nadia, put it in the chat room. Put the link in the chat room for me, please. Put the link in the chat room. 1-876-804-7072. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Morning, sir, Colin.
Morning, sir. How you doing?
There, man. This is a taxi driver.
Respect, hold on, taxi driver. We're going to have Conrad O'Brien going to join us in a little bit too. Because we're going to talk to
man.
Conrad O'Brien, radio talk show host on Sleek FM. Go ahead, caller. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. There
Hold
have
on.
been some
Hold on. You signed the petition yet?
No, I never know about it till this morning.
Well, as you jump off of this call, I may ask you if you go sign the petition. Jamaica demands. Type it in a Google. And Nadia, I go put it in the chat room. Nadia, put it in the chat room for me, please. Anybody who have it, put it in the chat room so everybody can see it. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, man. There have been some developments since last I spoke here.
Yes.
The minister at a meeting. with operators last week.
Wanna get con again?
I got there late. I got there late, so I never got any substance from the meeting. What I heard in the news was that the government is going to cabinet to decide whether we should get 116% or they will break the tranches.
Lord. I can't know again.
Well, from a them care the Minister of Finance and ABCA, I know that the government is coming to Kanye or beg or something.
Yeah, man. So them tell us at 2 weeks' time, them got cabinet. Then them all give you a next story, brother. Then can't give you no raise right now. Cannot give you no. I know that you deserve it. But based on the economy, Jamaica economy mash up in a Ralston, I'm going to join us 10 o'clock, you know. Because when you check it out, PIOJ and all of them are come out and tell P goddamn lie, you know.
But whilst we understand that, you know, the government understand nothing from us, because the level of prosecution and revenue earning that they seek to get from taxi operators, we cannot coexist.
But you see, my brother, our biggest enemy, you know. Taxi operators are their biggest enemy, because the kind of leverage that taxi operators have in this country, I want to now use it. I want the biggest enemy, brother.
The country is not in a recession.
You understand what I say to you? Anything you want, you can get it. But if you don't know no worth, then you not going to be able to get it. Taxi operators are the backbone. All right. You see the spinal cord in the human body? Taxi operator coming like that to the Jamaican economy. But you don't know. Well, maybe you know.
To be fair, now, Colin, you have to understand the politics in the sector right now. No, the sector is being overrun by the Jamaica Labour Party, and they are strategically placing persons into the sector, or have strategically placed persons into the sector, to promote the Jamaica Labour Party in the sector, who are leaders.
Ejitan Newman is one of them person there?
Probably to a lesser extent. But there are other persons. Ejitan probably to a lesser extent.
Oh yeah, so there are persons in there
I was why I said that.
worse than Ejitan, worse than Selitan Newman.
Yes, man.
How with the box?
Yeah,
they don't have problem then, brother. We don't have serious problem.
Yeah. So it's a fight to get the sector to a level where we can unify the sector.
Wow.
Because when we are pushing certain narratives, other narratives are being pushed back at us.
So let me ask you something. The Labour people, them now feel none of the pressure.
No, they benefit from the system. Man.
Oh. So let me ask you something. Police not give them ticket too?
No, the leaders normally do operate.
Oh.
Most leaders do operate.
That's one of the problems we have. The people them we are representing and feel
and that's the problem. And yes, that's a very good point. They don't suffer the things that we suffer out there.
They don't feel your pain.
No. So when we push back and we are saying that we want to take court action and different things, they will push back on we.
Yeah, but all I have to do is get rid of them leaders there. Get rid of them leaders there. Farm something for yourself. People where operate. Come up with a drivers association.
We are trying to do that, but again, a person who subscribe to certain leaders and they really confidence side.
Why you see?
But over the years they have been there.
Let you know something I realize, Carla. You see, if Jamaica was in slavery now, we would have dead in a slavery. Because Jamaicans now are weak. I pay jellyback people. Jellyback. And then you have some people out there who try to frighten those who seems to be strong. Because I don't know if you ever hear me tell you about, I have a brethren who is a labor man and him come to me and him say, Shaka, if you just shut your mouth and not say nothing, you're good enough. I say, what you mean? Him say, yeah, man, because you talk too much and things them where you talk, you don't need to talk them. If you're just quiet and not say them there, you are right. So me I say then, when me all right, everybody else are all right. Him say, nah, man, you don't need to think about people, brother. You need to think about yourself.
Yeah.
Because me have a little business where the government are try to take away from me,
Yeah.
And because me depend this attack the things them. So he must say to me, say, if you just brace and stop talk them thing there, you're good. And me I say, but if everybody now go good, me now go good neither. Me want everybody for good. So
and even that I can even give an example of that to the sector now, where there was a meeting with the sector leaders some time ago when the 2023 Road Traffic Act was being enacted. And my leader was trying to point out some things to them that would benefit the sector, and the other leaders were saying that other persons going and pay a ticket already and what happened to them and only for something. So eventually they said that they wanted to take a vote on some of the issues. So my leader decided to record the vote.
Yeah.
And he told them that he was going to bring it to New Kingston and show the taxi operators how everybody voted.
Yes.
And after that, they made a decision to add his things to the list of proposals that they were bringing to the minister.
Oh, they intend to record it, frighten them.
They recorded it.
Brother,
but it was after that recording that they made a decision to add these things to the list to carry to the minister.
Let me tell you something, brother. Taxi men are a part of the backbone of the Jamaican economy. And taxi operators can get anything they want if they really want it. Jimmy Cliff said you can get it if you really want. But until the taxi men know their value and understand their role, say, Obia, then they will be able to get the things that they require. But until them understand that they are an important cog in the wheel, they will never be able to achieve the things they want to achieve. Mark my word, brother. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, I hear you, sir.
Respect.
But one of the things, though, but one of the things, finally, the reality is that the taxi operators are not going to take less than 16%.
Well, me hear you. You might not want to take it, but based on when me understand with them taxi driver, yeah, if they don't get none, they still a go work Monday morning.
Let us see.
Obi, the ping from your car, the ping.
Yeah, you still get rid of that. Just a second. Get rid of that in
Yeah, caller. All right, we talk again.
Yeah, my respect, man.
Respect. Hold on for me, caller. Hold on for me, caller, because I mentioned something this morning that I want to put on the table before I go any further. The policeman who shoot the lady down in Montego Bay. I said this morning that that policeman should be arrested and charged. And Obi, I want to play a clip from an interview I did with Bert Samuels, noted attorney, senior attorney at law. I'll go and play this clip here before I bring in Obi. Listen to this. When does a legal gun become illegal, Bert Samuels? Get by the question. When does a legal gun become illegal, Bert Samuels?
Very good, and that's your list should learn this. You have a legal firearm, your license and everything.
Yes.
And you and I having a quarrel, and you point it at me when you were under no threat. It changes into an illegal firearm because you're using it for a purpose not being part of what you're licensed to you, because it's for protection of life and property.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't say a man is cursing bad word at you and you feel that your life is threatened and point gun on him.
Yeah.
It becomes an illegal possession of firearm case, and it's 15 years that.
Whoa.
It's good that you're talking about this, because
yes, critical.
It's hard on. Yep, it's critical because ignorance, what Jamaicans call ignorance and ego, A lot of firearm holders, them get ignorant easy because them have gun.
Yes.
And the last thing you want to do is pull your gun without the necessity of using it.
Yes.
You don't pull your gun to show off.
No.
You don't pull your gun to bully people. You're stupid if you do that. You know you have a firearm, so you do the man of course you don't pay him no mind.
You walk away.
Because when your granny say about stick and stone,
stick and stone will break your bone, but words now go hurt you.
Can do you nothing, right?
But
a firearm holder should be the most intemperate,
Yes.
You can't have bad temper and be a firearm holder. That's one of the things when you apply for a firearm, they check out your history. If you're a history of conflict and temper, man, you have man all dry on them wife.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, your wife are quarreling
crazy,
with the firearm. Rubbish.
Yeah, man. Crazy.
But let's go back to this.
And remember now, a policeman, if a policeman take him government issued gun and shoot and point it on you without any good cause, him in illegal possession of firearms, work, if him do a robbery.
That is what I want you to hear. That is what I want you to hear. If a policeman shoot you without provocation and have no reason to shoot you, the firearm becomes illegal. Yeah? So if you look at that video,
hello man,
and said the policeman was not in any danger, then that firearm that he used to shoot the lady in Granville becomes illegal. Hello, Conrad O'Brien, morning.
Hi, Colin Bell, how you doing, sir? Morning to yourself. Morning to yourself and your viewers, your listeners. Colin, I want to congratulate you in a big way. Because you know what happened? You know when to bring the relevant punchline to really drive home the point. I have a couple of things that I want to say in the opening here. And I start with my brother and friend, Bert Samuel. So I must say to Jamaica that when I was going into the financial sector, a part of the requirement of your fit and proper was to get a letter from an attorney to basically be a part of your submission. And as a young man, as Bert Samuel, who basically gave me that letter. So I have the most respect for Bert. Bert said something just now, Colin. Is there a matter that is on the lips of everybody or a lot of people in Jamaica as it relates to something that took place last week, Sunday in Montego Bay?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Did that person, that police officer, firearm became an illegal firearm in that moment based on what we heard from senior counsel Bert Samuels just now?
That is it, Conrad O'Brien. That is it.
Colin, this is the reason why we give people a headache, We give the government headache, and we give people who want to operate in an egregious and wicked and callous manner in this country headache. That is why we give them headache, because we dare to go where others dream of, afraid to go. But we speak truth to power, no matter who the guy is.
Yeah, man.
I segue quickly before the caller come back in, Colin, and then I yield so you can bring him in. Our good friend there, young comrade Corey, he spoke to me, I think, on Thursday, because I had interviewed his boss, or his president, Mr. Nesbitt, right? Who is one of those persons, I think the person that he talked about who recorded the thing and so on is Mr. Nesbitt, right? Who is the president for the New Kingston Taxi Association. Remember, you have people like Chance and them in the association who are card-carrying member for the Labour Party,
Okay.
People like my guy out of Portland. What his name? Pastor our Reverend. Oh gosh. I'm good brethren too, but the truth of the matter is that I'm a card carrying labor right out of West Portland there. Finnegan. Them man they don't own. Them man they don't own a bicycle, you know. In
So
the
how
system.
them a run taxi? The taxi drivers them need to shift. They need to shift our Farmer Drivers Association. You have people who don't suffer your pain, who don't understand your pain representing you. They can't represent you.
And therefore, Colin, and that's why last week when I spoke to Mr. Nesbitt, President Nesbitt, I put forward some proposal, and I did put them back to Corey as well, that they have to go into meetings. For example, the meeting that they had with the Transport Minister and the Minister of Finance last week. Here is where the rubber hits the road, Colin. Their constituents, that's the taxi operators, our public transport operators, constituents, 95% of their commuting public are at the bottom of the pyramid. That is to say, they are minimum wage earners and so on and so forth. And when you talk about an increase in fare, they are under pressure. They cannot afford the increase. Therefore, the operators, through its presidents and so on, they should have gone into a meeting like that to buttress.
Obi?
To say, listen, remove the hedge, the $7.50 per liter that we are paying. Even if you're going to do this for the taxi operators, do things such less GCT for spare parts, less of the GCT on the insurance and all of those sort of things. Those are things that are in the purview of the government that they can do to reduce the operating expense, and as a result of that, the operators can pass that on to the commuting public. These are the kind of things, rather than you're going in there and you're just battering for fare increase. I know that this 16% is something that is out there for them for a very long time. But I'm even speaking about going forward.
But they can't get it. They can't get it, you know. Or they go and get it. You tell me now, how poor people go and pay 16% more on taxi fare? How them all pay it? Where it come from?
Which, Colin, make the suggestion that I'm making even much more germane.
Definitely, but let's go to the call. We have a caller holding almost 10 minutes. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Colin.
Thanks for holding.
Mr. Colin, yes, I've signed the petition and I've passed it on to many people.
Hold on the caller. Hold on there. Obi, you signed the petition yet?
No, I haven't signed it, but I will. But I also have something to say on that. But allow the caller to speak since she has been holding.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, the taxi men, they are a part of the transport industry in Jamaica. And for a long time, they have been languishing and throw here and throw there and around. The government will not meet them where they are supposed to meet them. Why? Because they want to keep them out there, harassing them and taking away their taxi to make more money for the industry. Right? No, it's the same thing going around and coming around with them, the corruption. These taxi men must be decisive, come together, move away from the corrupt system of that government and get a lawyer to represent them. See, the same thing. When they want to go here, do this, do that. No, you're not to do it. They're prevented. Because someone right there is protecting the corrupt government. So therefore, it is happening all the time when they have this meeting and to meet them where they are at to see to it that they get a solid fare increase, which is not pressuring to the people. right? So therefore, move away from that man and get a lawyer to represent you all. I think that would be better.
Caller.
But
And
hold on,
staying in the
hold
old
on.
corrupt system.
Well, I said that to the caller last week. You know?
Caller.
I said if each taxi operator pay $1,000, you can pay any lawyer in Jamaica. If you defend or no.
Yes.
Go ahead, Obi.
Caller. Caller, I want you to
let me
factor
finish
this in.
here.
Hold on,
Can I
caller.
finish,
Hold
Colin?
Hold
on.
on, just hold
Okay.
on. Go ahead, Obi.
I want you to factor this in mind, caller. We are all, even those of us, some of us who are above minimum wage and so on, we are struggling, let alone the majority of people who commute via taxi. They are among the minimum wage earner. And this increase in fear that we're talking about, it has a point that you have to basically think about, and that is why it is important for the negotiation to take place with other attendant factors in there that can benefit the taxi operators. They buy tires, they buy fuel, they buy everything. The hedges there that costing $7.50 per liter. Those are the kind of things that they need to go into the negotiation with the government and stop harping on this fear increase. I'm finished.
Yes.
Go ahead, caller.
Negotiation can carry on. The government can do something. We're in, because why this big increase? Because the gas crisis right now. The government have enough money to stabilize that industry, and so everybody benefits on both sides. One thing, Colin, let me say this and go.
No, before you go, you signed the
supply
petition?
green.
You signed the petition? Have you signed the
Yes,
petition?
ma'am. I told you I signed it, and I sent it out to many people as well.
All right, good. Go ahead, continue.
Let me say this lastly and go. You see, Flight Green and the narrative is coming forward with is to dissuade the people from understanding and knowing the truth. That Flight Green, that two-mouth Tutsi there, that man, Flight Green, they are protecting either one or more people why they don't want to table this report. And it's more fire we're going to put under them skin. So they better table all of them report there where them are sitting down. Okay, Colin?
All right,
Thank
caller.
you.
Obi, Floyd Green said that the parliament decided not to release that report. Is when the parliament made that decision.
That's a big question, Colin. That's a big question. And you know, Colin, what is happening is that the more people like Floyd Green and other members of the Labour Party, the government, come with these narratives, the more they make us being suspicious of them. The truth, Colin, is that this FLA report, I think it is a sting to the high heavens, because there could be no other reason why the government is going to this distant to protect. I'll share something with you, because one of the things that it behoves us to have is memory. And if we can't recall it from memory, the archives are there. Do you remember that when they were going after Dennis Meadows, who was a former deputy chair of the FLA, no less a person than the present chair? What's his name? Shane Darling.
Mm-hmm.
He invited the media to have a walkthrough and to come to the FLA. And he was on every media house being available. Why can't we not get him this morning? And I must say that Dennis Meadows, who is a former deputy chair of the FLA, he will be my spotlight guest Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. We will unpack and unfold a lot of things there.
Junior, morning.
Morning, Colin. Morning, Obi.
Morning, Jay. Yes.
Shower labor rights?
If me have the tape, it's a shower labor right?
Yeah.
No.
Or fly green.
Oh, what?
Fly green never.
You mean the party tape?
But no movement there.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, that tape. I don't have it at my fingertip right now, but I can make it available.
The opposition needs to carry that around in Parliament when Friday we open him out, you know.
Yes.
Anyway, let's talk here. When you carry a case to the appeal court, what you go and discuss? The case or the ruling?
Must the ruling.
So if you carry the ruling,
but
to
you have
the
to discuss.
appeal
You have to
court.
discuss both, because when you discuss the ruling, you have to show why you think the ruling is incorrect. So that takes you back to the case.
Now, but remember, a 3-panel judge made a decision already, you know.
Yes.
On the case, you know. So if the 3-panel of eminent judges made a decision, how then is it a situation where you cannot discuss the case? Because remember, you know, the people who are going to deal with the case at the appeal level, you know, can't be swayed by the dialogue of Parliament. These
Not
are
at all.
eminent judges.
And listen. What they were trying to do to Omar Newell in the Parliament is rubbish. Rubbish. You realize at the end of it, the Speaker had to allow him to continue because the opposition would not concede.
And Junior is onto something. Sorry, Junior. Junior is onto something there, Colin. The ruling, and you're also correct, Colin, but the ruling is basically the germane thing, because remember, in the main, the case would have been discussed already. So, and they arrive at a ruling there. So it is the ruling that would now be looked at in detail to see where they may have gone wrong, or to ratify the ruling that came out. But it's all about gymnastic and stupidity that Floyd Green is basically going on. And Floyd know better than what he is doing. He knows better. He knows better.
It's a con game.
Con game, Junior. Big con game.
It's a con game.
All right.
The other thing, Mr. Reno against Ralston. What year up now?
Ralston is here.
He's here. Tell the morning for me.
He's hearing you.
Is there now a new
man,
definition for economics?
What you say, Junior?
There must be a new definition for economics, because I hear them trying to change the definition for recession.
Hold on, Junior. Hold on. Like how you mentioned that. Junior. Hold on. Because like how you mentioned that, then it is the right time to play this.
OJ says the country is not in a recession. OJ says the country is not in a recession. The statement comes after Jamaica recorded 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth. The first being the negative 7.5% recorded for the period October to December 2025, which was after Hurricane Melissa, and now the negative 5.9% recorded for the period ending March 2026. But according to Senior Director of Economic Planning, Research and Policy Logistics at the PIOJ, James Stewart, although the projections are negative, the economy is showing signs of recovery.
No possibility of a recession. Statin will publish the deseasonalized quarter-on-quarter performance in their report. But we are suspecting that as the conditions of Melissa, the negative conditions from Melissa eases each successive quarter, there will be a growth relative to the preceding quarter. So you wouldn't find 2 consecutive quarters of decline during the quarter-on-quarter comparison.
Senior Director at the PIOJ, James Stewart. Jamaica's economy contracted by 5.9% for the first quarter of the year. The growth was stifled by Hurricane Melissa. But what about economic growth for the fiscal year that ended March 2026?
The economy is now estimated to have contracted by 1.6% for fiscal year 2025-26. This revised projection compares with an initial projection for growth of 1.9%, indicating that the shock of Hurricane Melissa resulted in a loss of 3.5 percentage points in real value-added output.
Director General of the PIOJ, Dr. Wayne Henry. The bank.
Over to you, Ralston Iman. Morning, welcome.
All them boys to get fired. None of them don't know what them a chat say. One bag of foolishness them a tell the Jamaican people. The country is right now in a recession, and based on them attitude, it could turn out to be a protracted L-shaped recession. Internationally, the definition of recession is 2 consecutive quarters decline in real GDP. So when him tell you a while ago said 3.5% in terms of Melissa, that is $70 billion, right? And then now the 2 consecutive quarters is another $260 billion. So the value of the country dropped by about $330 billion. Yeah. So we're in a steep recession. What him should have do, if he was a real economist, is tell the country and tell the government how to get out of the recession. Because that is the work of the Planning Institute of Jamaica. When Norman Manley created the Planning Institute of Jamaica in the 1950s with Don Mills, that is why we call it planning. He's supposed to tell the government how much school for build, which industry to focus on, and all of them things there. From about 5 years now, I'm supposed to do a cost-benefit analysis of the bauxite and alumina sector. I know him not do it. Wayne Henry is an idiot. He not have no macroeconomic credibility. As to the next one named Stewart, you never know which part him come from. None of them agencies there right now have no credibility whatsoever.
But Raleigh, I want to play about this because when I heard this the other man, Obi, I said, what mumbo jumbo? What is, hold on,
yeah, man, Robbie.
Listen back this first part. Listen back.
The statement comes after Jamaica recorded 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth. The first being the negative 7.5% recorded for the period October to December 2025, which was after Hurricane Melissa, and now the negative 5.9% recorded for the period ending March 2026.
Listen him now.
But according to Senior Director of Economic Planning, Research and Policy Logistics at the PIOJ, James Stewart, although the projections are negative, the economy is showing signs of recovery.
No possibility of a recession. Statin will publish the deseasonalized quarter-on-quarter performance in their report. But we are suspecting that as the conditions of Melissa, the negative conditions from Melissa eases each successive quarter, there will be a growth relative to the preceding quarter. So
Garbage.
you won't find 2 consecutive quarters of decline.
But we're already gone 2 consecutive quarters decline.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
No, Obi, hold on. That's why I have to play it back. I said, what that mean? The man said we will not find 2 consecutive quarters. What that mean? Go ahead, Randy. Explain that to us.
Yeah, the only way, may I tell you, the only reason why I respond to this is because of you. Because we don't know him as no macroeconomics. In my 38, 40 years, we don't know about him as no macroeconomics. Them man don't have credibility. Yeah? We don't know about him. We know about Wayne Henry. As me I say, Wayne Henry has no credibility. The PIOJ has no credibility whatsoever. Statin has no credibility whatsoever. So I want the people of Jamaica, stop listening to what them I say because them don't know what them I chat say. I rubbish them I chat say by international standards.
What that mean? When sell it a while? What that
it don't mean nothing.
You know, Colin and Raleigh, here Raleigh. The other day, and I think you have it and kick me, Raleigh. Colin, when a particular senator called me, and I said, listen, you're not going to come here. Come dunce up my listeners. And what that gentleman did a while ago was attempt to dunce up the Jamaican people.
No, but
you hear me say?
She's a
Is that
We
not
don't even know if
done
people call.
to
We don't
done
even know if people call them gentlemen. Yeah.
Can't
What are
call
some
him no
idiot?
gentleman.
Idiot them.
No, hold on. He's not an idiot, really. That is a robot
No.
being programmed by the government and sent
Then
out.
if you make a government, if you are a professional and you
No,
make government
Raleigh,
a
hold
program,
on.
then must be
Raleigh,
an idiot.
hold on, man. I never said the man is a professional, Raleigh. That's not what I said. I said the man is a robot.
Well,
because it's only a robot you program and it goes say where you put in it. If you say, because this man no student will just take GSAT. Couldn't say that. After the whole of them are tell we say 7.1% decline in the last quarter of last year. And them CM1 now is them CM1 come say there's 5.9% decline in the first quarter this year, you know.
and Wayne Henry also says he's projecting another decline of 3 to 4% during the second quarter. So we're talking about 3 consecutive quarters decline. They have no credibility whatsoever.
And then the man said you will not find 2 consecutive quarters. What jumbo?
Yeah, man, nonsense.
Hold on there. Go ahead, Junior. Yes, Junior.
What they are the first thing you have any money?
You can find a couple coins over there and I see about $1, $2, $3 US on the decks, yeah.
Buy him a roll of tissue, make him wipe him out. That man is defecating from him out. No, what the man is trying to say, but listen to it, you know.
Yes.
The decline last year was 7.1%.
Yes.
And the decline for this year is 5.9%.
Oh.
What he's trying to say is that the decline is less. So there is some growth. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but that's not what that.
Sense because a decline is a decline.
Hold on there.
Okay,
Come
good.
in, Raleigh.
Good. No, do not answer the question already. Because that me just never tell you. Say rubbish now. More on which school them go. Rubbish.
Me say, them man really have degree and masters and something.
That's why I tell you, they are an embarrassment to the universities that they went to. Wayne Henry is an embarrassment to the University of West Indies. Me don't know about the other one which why him go, but yeah, him not ready.
Almighty
Nonsense.
God of Daniel. Raleigh, me couldn't wait this morning to play this, you know. And me say me never want to be too fast, so me never want to bring you on before 10 o'clock because like we have over 1,200 people are watching our den time, I want to drop it. To show the people them what the government of Jamaica is concocting. Because this can't be him alone.
What it goes to show.
Go ahead, Obi.
What it goes to show Colin, Raleigh, and others, you know, everybody, is to show what partisan can do to somebody when you decide to go down that route. I'm not talking about a man supporting a party and using his brain, you know, because I am sure that we will be accused of supporting the PNP, but there's no PNP leader or anybody could basically get us to talk this bundle of foolishness that we hear being emanated from these gentlemen. And I also want to say, Raleigh, based on the history of seeing the statin comes in with the analysis later in the piece, where it's always showed that statin show a higher decline number or a less growth number. It is likely that the 5.1 that we see may very well be much higher than the 5.1 when we get the report from statin.
No, you know hear what I'm saying? Statin is going to show you what he's saying. If you notice, there's no conspiracy. Lisa the Latibo there, the Director General of Statin, has no credibility either.
Okay.
So all the agencies come together to lie to the people. You know, see that is a plan. She don't have no credibility
Statin
neither.
told us earlier, Raleigh. What did Statin say? Statin not say we grow.
No, them no. We don't get it from them yet, but them tell us that inflation.
We don't get it from them yet, Colin.
Hold on, Obi. Hold on.
No, we'll get it next week. No, them not say nothing about that. Them say that inflation declined.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Gas prices go down, which is another part of the bogus reporting. And that, I tell you, is a collusion. Yesterday, the Bank of Jamaica, the people who produce goods and services, real producers, yeah, wanted 143 million for pay them bills. Bank of Jamaica intervened at the foreign exchange market with $60 million. Yet the dollar appreciated to 157.57. All of them are doing the same thing. They have no credibility, none of them. The law of demand and supply. The law of demand and supply. So where there's excess demand, the price must rise. Them now change it. Price will rise, price will decline even when they have excess demand. The whole thing upside down. And international people are look for and laugh and I say what them that they think them can fool with. All of them today are going to affect investments because international investors know say rubbish them at all.
Go ahead, Junior. Let me wrap up with Junior, Obi. Let me wrap up with Junior and take a different call. Go ahead, Junior. Wrap up.
Yeah, man. You remember earlier you were talking about the taxi man them?
Yes.
You remember that driver, they carry them to a hotel, their meeting?
And what did that matter to you?
You don't remember?
I don't remember, no.
Then if you invite them to a hotel, you already sell them out lock, stock and barrel, you know. So whatever you're hearing now, no expect nothing to come outside.
All right.
It's a big game. Wait up.
Big up yourself.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Raleigh, give us an update on what happened this week in the Jamaican economy. Give us your update. Raleigh? Raleigh? All right, so we're not here in Raleigh. Wanted to get Raleigh's update on what happened this week in the Jamaican economy. But let me take this call while Raleigh come back. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, yes, Colin, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, go ahead. Caller, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Rastan, Colin, can you ask Rastan if you have any update on the class action lawsuit for the farmers, farm workers?
Raleigh?
Can you hear me?
Yes, caller, we are hearing you. Hold on. Raleigh? Obi, you're hearing Raleigh from your side? Okay, Raleigh, just come back. He's back.
Yes?
Raleigh? Raleigh? Hold on there. All right, see me or so. Yeah, Raleigh?
Yeah, man, you hear me?
Yeah, we are hearing you. Caller, go ahead with your question to Raleigh.
Yes, Raleigh, do you have any update on the class action lawsuit for the farm workers in Canada? You have any information you can give to the public? Hello?
Raleigh?
Hello?
Raleigh, we are hearing you now.
Hello?
Yeah, man, we're hearing you.
But he is not hearing. He is not hearing, so that's the problem.
I wonder if he might hear you.
Raleigh? Raleigh? Can you hear me, Raleigh? I don't seem so.
Well, I'm not hearing any of us at all.
Mm.
All right, Colin, pass the question on to you now.
Let me have him back. Raleigh. All right, Raleigh, jump on and jump out and jump back on, and let's see if we can hear you better. We're not hearing Raleigh there. So we ask him to come back on.
The question that the caller asks about the update on that for Canada. I don't think there's nothing out on that because we would have gotten that, publicized in our way, but we haven't. So I think it's still in limbo there. So, but I don't know if Raleigh have any further and better particular on it.
All right, Raleigh's back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Raleigh.
Yeah, man.
The farm work, the class action for the Canadian farm work, you heard anything more on it?
No, the minister said he can't come till next week.
Oh, so you never talked to him?
No, until next week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're asking you to give us an update on what happened in the Jamaican economy this week.
Well, I said the most important thing, as we tell you, the producers wanted 143 million for pay bills. BOJ intervened with 60 million, yet the dollar appreciated. We also saw the BOJ wanted to mop up 27 billion. The people pumped in 41 billion. Government issued 2 notes, one 2025, one 2046, for borrow $6 billion in order to help fund the budget. Those were the major developments. Internationally, oil prices, US oil trade at 97, English oil traded at $103 per barrel. Yeah. So those were the major things. Bond yields were still up in 5%. That was the 30-year note, 5.1, 10-year 4.67, and the 2-year 4.1. In other words, international interest rates are increased on fears of inflation because of increasing oil prices due to the war, and everybody expect a recession internationally.
So
good.
So hold on now. The government of Jamaica is floating bonds, floated 2 bonds this week, you say?
Yeah, the 27th, that's Tuesday. 12 fund the budget, $6 million. Yeah.
So why Andrew Holness a float bond and him say that's not real investment?
I'm tired of idiocy, man. Waste of time, man. Just idiocy.
Go ahead, Obi.
Yeah, Raleigh, I call it. Since the start of the war, have you week over week about how much per liter? What's the figure per liter that we are now?
Almost $60.
$60 per and
yeah,
and it's more.
But starting set go down. But starting set go down. Lisha the Latin body said go down. Yeah, brother.
$60 roughly. $60 roughly. And let us point out to our viewers and listeners. Importantly, we're not talking about per gallon. We're talking about per liter. And it's about roughly 5 liters.
Multiply that by 4. Yeah, $250.
Right? So that's the scenario. In all of that, Raleigh, I posit the view that, listen, while we understand that 16% was outstanding for the taxi operator for some time now, and they may be, it may be fair for them to ask for this 16%, but it's also coming to impact the most vulnerable by way of increase in coming out of their pocket. So I've been saying that.
Hold on, Obi, Raleigh say I'm not hearing you.
Raleigh, are you hearing me?
Raleigh? Raleigh, you hearing me? Raleigh not hearing me neither.
You're hearing me, Colin?
Yeah, man, I am hearing you. And I heard Raleigh, but it sounds like Raleigh not hearing me either. Raleigh, you hearing me?
Yeah, I heard.
No, it don't sound like him I hear me either.
I heard him up until the last point that he made, and and he was obviously hearing me at that point because he was responding to, but I don't know what happened.
I'm not hearing you, not hearing me. Raleigh hearing. Hold on, him come back on a different line. Let's add him back here. Raleigh, you hearing me now?
Yeah, but I hear you.
Go ahead now, Obi.
Good. So Raleigh, we're talking about Raleigh? Wow. I don't know. Seems.
Raleigh, you hearing me though? Raleigh. Sound like Raleigh having a problem. Raleigh, please restart your instrument and join us back. Raleigh.
Colin.
Yeah, man, we are hearing you, but you're not hearing us.
Raleigh?
All right, I'm going to take him down, Obi, and ask him to restart him instrument. Go ahead, Obi.
Good.
Go ahead. Let me,
So
let me touch
all
base
right.
with that.
Until Raleigh come back when we can put back that question to him, Khalil. Let's just basically just move back to something. The petition that you talk about, which we are encouraging everybody to sign on to. This one, is it that there's a duplication of the petition? Because I know that Andre actually started a petition I think a couple of nights ago, or maybe about 2 nights ago or whatever. He started a petition for the similar thing. So is it that we're having duplication or what?
Well, I saw the petition on Marvin's page. It was Marvin I saw. So I don't know if it's him. I don't know who, if it's him do it. But I went on it last night and I signed it. It is Jamaica demands accountability. So maybe I am saying it is Marvin who started it and whatever. I don't know. But I saw it on his page.
It's a similar thing. It's a similar thing. So it would be interesting to know, because what you don't want is to have petition here and there being you wanted, because it would basically defeat the purpose in terms of getting that steady number going up. So I don't know if it's one and the same.
I suspect it is.
Maybe
I made the mistake by saying it was Marvin who started it, because I saw it on his page.
And I saw him promoting it as well, but I just wanted to have that right.
And that's why when I am promoting it, I am saying it's not me. I am not the person who initiated, but I want to be a part of it.
We're
encouraging it, and I am asking all my listeners and viewers and subscribers to sign the petition. Once you are not satisfied with how Jamaica has been managed, I am asking you to sign it. Melissa Green is saying it's the same petition. Donovan Leng is saying it's the same petition. And Marvin started it, and Andre is promoting it. It's the same petition. Yes, it's the same petition. Yes, it's the same. Marvin started it.
Very good. I know I can always count on Melissa. Hi Melissa, how you doing? She's always there. I can always go. Thanks for the clarity.
What can I bad up this? Hey, that not look good. Somebody had bad me up, read the whatever comments, Hey. No, they said it should reach 10,000 already. I am asking people to ensure that this petition goes to everybody, every well-thinking Jamaican that you know. And by the end of today, we want it to reach 15,000. Because 15,000 is the number, that the government says once a petition gets 15,000, they will be looking at it. So we're looking at 100,000, but 15,000 today would be good, and then by next week, this time we should be at 100,000. Raleigh, you're back with us?
Yeah, man.
All right. Obi, you were saying something to Raleigh.
Yeah, Raleigh. I was saying that, the increase of fear, the 16%, we know that was a part of a long awarded 35 or 36% that was 35% that was granted. So we can understand they basically pushing to get this additional 16% that was outstanding. However, I am positing the view, Raleigh, that since we're talking about the persons who are most vulnerable, although it seems as if all of us are now vulnerable, right? Those are the persons who are taking the taxes in the main, the root taxes and so on. I said that, listen, they should basically be creative and go into these negotiations. First of all, they could start with the government removing or certainly cutting the hedge in half. So you would get, they would stop taking the $7.50 at the pump, and also look at creative way how they could reduce, for example, GCT and insurance and service part, etc., so that the operators would not have to come for an increase in fare that our people just cannot afford. What say you on that, Raleigh?
Yeah, well, they argue that they're going to give them, they are doing it in 2 tranches, they are going to give 8%. So, yeah, they could give 8% and provide some cushion to the operators in terms of, as you said, the various fees and all of those things. Yeah, because the public just cannot afford it, and that is going to push the country into deeper trouble because they are collecting enough revenues to do all of those things.
Can the country afford 8% rally?
Well, no, but the taxi drivers can't go on without it.
And that's why OB is saying cut something else, give them some reprieve somewhere else.
Yeah, I agree with that because the public just cannot afford that. Can't afford it, and the taxi drivers cannot afford the weekly increase of $4.50 per liter. So the government has enough revenues that they are collecting from the oil price itself. The government is also sitting on $512 billion in money that they mobilize from the multilateral agencies. They must do something creative, but they have not been doing anything at all. That is why we end up with this steep recession. The Bank of Jamaica said that if the government had started the recovery process, just as we have been saying, then we would find ourselves with the 7.1 and the 5.9. The Bank of Jamaica made that clear.
Raleigh, look for that Bank of Jamaica article because I want you to read it. But let me take a call in the meantime and look for that article. Go ahead, caller.
Morning, Colin.
Morning.
Morning.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning.
Colin, may I look for all sectors right across the board as to what is happening in the country. Now I'm on the outside of the country looking in, right? And I realize that, and I've always said this, Raleigh said, you said, OB said, the country is being run like a dictatorship. Now, in a dictatorship, you have to control the narrative.
Yes.
And it is happening in the United States where you could see where Donald wanted to get rid of the Fed chair. The Fed chair had to take out a lawsuit in order to mute what he wanted to do. It is the very same thing that is happening to the
institutions
like the PSIOJ and
the same playbook.
Statin.
Same playbook.
You control the head. You control the head of these organizations. Tell them, listen, they are giving the real numbers, to the people, But they are telling them that, look, you cannot put all of this out.
Hold on, caller. Hold on, caller. Petrina Pasley is saying that fear increase from halfway tree to Duane Park to 200. What was it before, Petrina? Tell us what was the fear from halfway tree to Duane Park before now. Continue, caller.
Yes, I said them control the institution heads by neutering them, putting out the real figures because they want to show that there was a decline, but they can't tell you the full length of the decline. So it wouldn't surprise me if the 5.1 that was said to be the decline is much more than that. But they can't put it out. You understand? Them try to control that.
But listen
the next thing now is
listen what the Bank of Jamaica said. The committee acknowledged that the 4.0 to 6.0% inflation target band is unlikely to hold over the next 2 quarters. Headline inflation was 4.3% at April 2026. Now, Raleigh, I want to explain that based on what Statin say. Unchanged from March, but above BOJ's projection. And core inflation ticked up to 4.1%. Inflation is now expected to breach the target over the June and September 2026 quarter before quarterly moderating as oil supply normalized through the post-Hurricane Melissa reconstruction spending. Hold on, let me read that again. It says, let me go back. The quarterly moderation as oil supply normalized, though post-Hurricane Melissa reconstruction spending could partially offset the decline. The imported inflation channel is already active. Explain that, Raleigh. Raleigh?
Colin, while Raleigh coming, the frightening part, and the caller alluded to it, the frightening part is the collusion, as Raleigh said, because normally we would be anticipating the statin weighing in on this, and the numbers would invariably be somewhat different there or thereabout. But based on what we're getting from this acting head of statin and what Raleigh said just now, there's what seems to be this kind of collusion that is taking place here. We have already seen that, because normally statin would not have come out already and make a statement like that. We'll be waiting and they collecting the data and collating the figures and so on, giving it to us. But they already basically collaborate with what is coming out of the PIOJ.
And PIOJ is telling you to listen out for them.
This a real punkas pampankas, Papa.
Yeah, so hear me now. There's this one other thing that I want to mention.
Hold on, the
you
caller. Hold on, just hold a sec for me, caller. Raleigh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I could see if we work better upon this, because we're losing you too often over this.
Yeah, that's too awesome. Yeah. All right, go on.
Yeah, caller. Yeah, caller. Wrap up.
Yeah, I was saying that you notice this. I deviate a little from the economy. The Prime Minister took a little time to come out and speak on the issue down in Granville. But I listened to the Prime Minister's speech last night, and there was something that was very revealing in what the Prime Minister said. I don't know how many persons are taking note, but listen to this. The Prime Minister said that he was bombarded with persons telling him to respond to what happened. Now, if it takes persons to bombard you to come out and speak about an issue like that that has gone global, it means that the Prime Minister never have to come out and say nothing neither. I better need to keep him out shut.
But
because what he just did.
Caller.
Yes.
I listened to 8 minutes and about 8 minutes and 30 seconds of the Prime Minister speaking. And I don't know if you heard it, OB and Raleigh, but the Prime Minister said nothing of himself. You realize him not saying nothing from him?
And that is what I am saying, Colin. You better never come say nothing.
That's the point I was about to make. I don't recall him even offering condolences.
And there's no way in that 8 minutes that I listen where him say, I believe or I feel nothing from him.
As a matter of fact, Colin, he spent more time talking about how you must treat the carcass of a dead person and how you must remove them from an injured person from. So it is as if nothing was wrong. Well, I'm not going to say that because he mentioned that his sympathy went out in a tweet or something like that. But the speech that he gave, he said, himself said he was bombarded to come out and talk.
Well, that's why if it take people, he get email and him get text messages and him get calls from average Jamaicans and
So if it takes people for you to come out and talk, it shows how insensitive and inhumane this Prime Minister is, Colin.
Him not business with the country. Anybody. Him not business with the country. That me can tell you.
Yeah, he not busy with the people in the country.
Those of
you not busy with the people.
Hold on. Those of you who did not hear my interview with the mayor of Savlamar need to go listen to that interview. It is on the YouTube channel, the entire interview. I don't need to listen to it. To date, Obi, the Prime Minister has not met with the mayor of Savlamar. And Westmoreland was the hardest hit parish. He also told us that each councillor got 250,000, the equivalent $1,570 US. That's a goddamn shit. Carla, we'll talk again.
No, you know, let me tell you something. I don't know how this Prime Minister sleep at night time. As a man who said that he was born in a one-bedroom boardhouse at Cumberland, and when he sued him sometime, he said 2-bedroom. How do you sleep, Mr. Prime Minister? How you sleep?
Hold on there, boy. Raleigh.
Yeah, man.
We are now the Jamaican economy is dead. Because some people say it's not in a recession. You are saying it is in a recession. I told you that long time ago. You were waiting on the figures. I say I need to wait on the figures because based on your teaching and my understanding from your teaching, Jamaica is in a recession. If the figures now come to say it, where are we going?
We are going into a L-shaped recession. That is a protracted recession. As long as they continue to be in denial and don't do anything to stimulate the economy, we're headed for a protracted recession. Hell-shaped recession. Ask any great economists. Yeah, that's where we're headed at this particular point in time. And that means more suffering, more criminality, more domestic violence. All of those bad things are going to happen if we continue to be in denial and don't start spending the money in order to rehabilitate the economy. Yeah. One of the good things that the BOJ did was to tell them that if you had started to spend the money, it wouldn't be in this position. Yeah.
So what the BOJ basically came out and said that we were right in what we were saying in November, December, January. Get cracking.
Yeah, man. Nobody who know anything about economics couldn't disagree with us. Yeah.
Colin, just before you go to head boy, Colin, 1 second.
Okay. Hold on, head boy. Go ahead, Obi.
Yeah, Raleigh. I don't want you to lose this. Again, we understand, but we remember that we have a wide audience. Just get in back quickly. The ad valorem tax. What this means in cushioning and giving the government leverage to do a number of what we just talked about, including ease the pressure on the taxi operator, and just by way of info as well. This is not so much for you to Raleigh, but generally, Dr. Abrams did one of the most beautiful pieces of social commentary. You have it, Colin, you can play it.
Go ahead. Raleigh, you want to respond to Obi?
It's simple. It means that they are collecting at least 30 billion more than they expected to collect when the price was at $62, which they projected. At current prices, they are collecting like 25, 30 billion more. So they have to increase fuel by $4.50 per week. They never have to do that. Yeah? They're going to keep it at current prices and ease the burden on the society. As we told you, if they did that, what they will do is inflate the economy and help put the economy into a deeper recession, which is precisely what they did. And that is why when I was at Telecom, so them dunce, them don't know nothing about economics, from the Prime Minister go right down to all of those fellows in the Planning Institute and the girl over the Statistical Institute of Jamaica. They are clueless.
Go ahead, Ed boy.
Morning, Colin again, and to Obi and Professor Raleigh, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, I want to disagree with you and your host this morning. You heard me?
Yeah, you're using an headpiece, Ed boy?
No, what's happening?
Speakerphone?
Connection is bad. Yes, let me take you off the speaker.
Yeah, man, take us off the speaker. We will definitely hear you much better. When you call, don't put us on speaker or use a headpiece. It gives the call a lot of feedback. Go ahead now.
You hear me much better now?
Much better.
Right. I'm saying, Colin, I want to disagree with you and Ralston this morning and Obi by saying the country is running good. What you all saying? Is propaganda on the running?
Oh, yes. Bad news whore. Huh? A set of bad news whore.
What is bad mind on a bad mind?
I tell her.
But you know, on a serious note, gentlemen, I ask myself the question. And by the way, Colin, I want to thank you for the information you had shared. Because in fact, the information was correct.
That the US from the United States, the US aircraft carrier is coming to Kingston. I told you, and I told you that my information was impeccable.
When I shared the information with my friends in Havana, they were surprised. They had no clue of anything to the sort. Yeah, so we are really thankful that this program was able to unearth some things that some people didn't realize.
Jamaica already given consent for the aircraft carrier. Wait, name this morning, remember the name, you know? That aircraft.
Permission for you to mash down Cuba.
So
Because
they are I
Colin.
don't hold on, Obi. I never said they're coming to mash down Cuba. I'm just saying that the aircraft carrier and their battle group, they are coming to Kingston the first week of June. That is my information. I gave that information maybe 2-3 weeks ago, head boy.
3 weeks ago, yeah.
3 weeks ago, I said it on this program, and it is all over the news now. All over the news now.
But you know, Colin, and your host and your co-hosts, as I look at this issue, I ask myself the question: if that is going to happen in relation to what is going to happen in relation to our gas and oil situation, because you know what it's going to create furthermore. When you deal with transshipment, people look at what they call risk in shipment. Yeah. One of the things that is going to happen to us is it's going to push up the price of transporting goods within the Caribbean region, because a lot of the shippers are going to be afraid, because shipping insurance goes by risk. Yeah. What is the risk? So if you are supposed to be shipping oil and gas, let's say in a country that's not stabilized and issues are happening, the freight prices go up automatically. Yeah, that's one. Correct. Two, I want to ask the jokey Minister of Energy, who has no energy to solve any problem whatsoever. Why aren't we having a discussion with the taxi operators starting in the KMTR to encourage them to go electric vehicles? The route that some of them run from halfway to 3 miles is less than 20 minutes. They don't cover a lot of ground. Every Caribbean country, Colin, has reduced the duties for the import. In fact, St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua, and I think Grenada has passed a policy, and Dominica now, which says you can bring in an electric vehicle at 10% duty. It's typically 10? The duties will be 45 and 50%.
You sure it's not zero?
Well, in some instances,
I think I hear
Grenada has said zero.
Yes, that's what I think I heard.
Right, Dominica has said 0, St. Kitts has said 10, and Antigua has said 10, which, by the way, is very good.
And the gas vehicle is 150%?
Yes, because they're making it more, they're encouraging people to switch over from gas to electric, and they're putting in the infrastructure with solar parks and solar charging stations. Yeah? So I don't understand what is wrong with the Ministry of Energy. Right? Why they can't get into the brain that we have to look seriously, because the situation is not going to change. This war is going to be going on for another 3 months.
Hold on, head boy. Let me just remind the listeners that you are watching Portland Spice TV, the Colin Bell Show. We have with us this morning the top financial analyst in Jamaica and the economy, Ralston Iman. We have talk show hosts and public commentator Conrad O'Brien with us as well. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share. And remember, we ask you to touch the thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. We have over 1,300 people watching right now. Amir says only 400 odd likes we have. So we're asking everybody to give us a like, touch up the like button, and please share the channel that people can come get this credible information that we give over here. Ralston and I had made a proposal or a suggestion a couple of weeks ago that the government spend $50 billion of the 500 odd billion that they have in renewable. In fact, I said solar, to manufacturing our own solar panel, building out solar farm, putting solar panel on all schools, hospitals, all government buildings, with an intention to cut our fuel use by 25% by the end of this year. Have you heard anything from the government which suggests that they are moving in any form of direction like that, Ralston?
I am not. I am past Jamaica. I am global.
Global. All right, sir. All right,
Yeah,
sir.
man. I am
All right.
global.
Global. In the world. One
Yeah,
of
man.
the top economists in the world. Talk to us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so said all of us. So said all of us on that rally.
Yeah. No, that is one of the big omission that caused us to be in a recession. Because the two main things that they should be concentrating on now and should have been a long time ago, is energy and food security. If you look at our foreign exchange bills, energy and food security is $3.5 billion US dollars out of the $7.5 billion US dollars that we imported last year. So that's a no-brainer. So it's not just the Ministry of Energy, it's the entire government from the Prime Minister right now. They have no economic vision.
And that's why the people are perishing.
Yeah, man, no vision, and that's why the people are perishing in the street. Yeah. Energy is a no-brainer. Yeah, food security is a no-brainer. We have the land, we have the sea, we have the wind, and we're not using those things. Those imports came to almost $3.9 billion last year.
Food security and energy.
Yeah, over 10 years they haven't done anything about energy. So it's not just diverse, it's the entire government, the Prime Minister has no economic vision. When Nigel Clark was here, all he was doing was paying down debt and not investing in those things. That is what made us so vulnerable to Hurricane Melissa and caused the whole place to crash. And since then, they mobilized over $512 billion from multilateral agencies plus the $1.4 billion in donations. And they haven't done anything. And that is why 7.1 and 5.9 and will continue to go down until something is happening. No matter the nails from the statin and PIOJ, that's not going to help the country. All that is going to do is to lead to more complacency, turn off international investors, because international investors who know about economics know that they're talking garbage.
I got a vision this morning, gentlemen. And I'm going to bring in Obi before I share the vision, but I'll tell you what the vision is about. I got a vision this morning to tell me exactly why NARA is so critical to the government. But Obi, you want to come in? Go ahead, Obi.
All right, Raleigh and everyone. On Thursday, I spent about 15 minutes in my editorial piece, Conrad's Take, and I posit some ideas there. I don't think they are really brand new, but certainly I took the time out to, refresh them and so on. And this is about, it dovetails into the whole business of energy and productivity. Park and ride. I mean, we get into that point where we start to build out various parking areas so that people can really leave their vehicle there, get to their workplaces. What that would do, that would basically free up a lot of production, a lot of time. So people would reach to their workplace much more restful. Our students will reach to school much more restful and so on, so they can absorb the teaching and learning process, and also that our workers would be more productive. In addition to that, the kicker is also that we would save millions and millions of dollars in foreign exchange by way of petroleum, of oil importation for gasoline. What say you on that, Raleigh? Is a time for that kind of think out of the box thinking fully here, right here in Jamaica in 2026?
That time has passed. We should have been doing that a long time ago. It is more urgent now than any other time. But those are things that we should have been doing a long time ago. But these people have no vision about how to run the economy and how to run the country. It's a one-track thing. Let's pay down the debt, pay down the debt, pay down the debt, pay down the debt. That was all the focus over the last 10 years. Yeah, those are some things that should have been implemented 10 years ago.
Go ahead, Ed Boy. Ed Boy?
You hear now, Colin?
Yes, go ahead.
Right, as I go, Floyd Green signed up to a 25 by 25 agenda for CARICOM, right?
Yeah,
that said, that we would reduce our food import bill by 25%.
By 2025?
Colin, we have actually increased our food import bill. Not only that, so the man sign up for the agreement, get the people their money, not do nothing more than start import more. But I want to say to the government, what they should have signed up for is a 2x4 agenda. You know what the 2x4 agenda is? It's a damn broadboard all of them want to get. I go and leave,
little more. let me share the vision that I got this morning. Listen to me, Raleigh and Obi. You see, the NARA, the NARA is critical to the government of Jamaica, not just the government, but to Andrew Holness. And let me tell you all this morning what the plan of the NARA is for. The government has been assured that Jamaica have over 700 billion barrels of oil. NARA is to control that oil. The Prime Minister wants to have full control of the oil that will be discovered by United Oil and Gas. That is the purpose of NARA.
So Colin, you believe that is the reason why Dr. King, Damian King, was really so vociferous. That we agree with him. But certainly come out to say that we shouldn't go that road, because I believe that what happened, what Dr. King should have said is that, listen, based on the corrupt nature of this government. That no less a person than Cliff Hughes came out and said this government is tired, and I hear it with my own 2 ears. Hard with corruption. That's what Damian King, that's where Damian King should have gone, and should encourage us to go and find the oil, but be careful as to how we manage it, because he is fearful of the corruption of this government, rather than talking nonsense that we shouldn't go there.
Well, the vision I got this morning, that NARA is to control the oil. Prime Minister Andrew Holness have full control of the oil.
I can feel the spirituality written all over that vision, Colin.
I'm telling you.
Glory.
So Ralston, man.
Glory.
With Jamaica presently in a recession, what will take us out of this recession?
They have to start the reconstruction process. So you have to start building the houses. You have to start rehabilitating the infrastructure. You have to start invest more in energy. You have to start invest more in research and development. So we start with the infrastructure investments. That is in energy, agriculture, and the rehabilitation of the houses. Those things will start to move us. As the BOJ agreed with us, if they had started those things from last year, we would have the 7.1% decline, and we would have the 5.9% decline. What they're doing, rather than doing that, what they're doing is in denial, using the agencies to con the people, and that is going to only ensure that we continue in the current direction. We need action rather than denial right now.
Is Jamaica in a full dictatorship, Raleigh?
Yeah, man.
Obi?
Yes, and we're also in recession, and the corruption continue unabated. And as it relates to the FLA situation, this is another in the latest of organized corruption, cronyism, and skullduggery. And we call on the Speaker of the House, who happens to be the wife of the Prime Minister, Mrs. Holness, to move post haste and table this report on the FLA that came out, that was submitted to the Parliament about 7 weeks ago? 6-7 weeks ago?
They can't release it though, you know.
Listen, and just before you come in, and let me just serve a man who knows his way around the block, Dennis Meadows, who is a former deputy chair of the FLA. He will join me and Sleek Radio and on the Conrad OB, the Fireman YouTube channel, live Tuesday morning at 10:10. He will be my spotlight guest. You can't afford to miss that. We will be unfolding quite a bit of things there.
Go ahead, caller.
Yes, Mr. Colin, I call already.
Yes.
I want to say the Magnitsky Act. I'm asking people to go over there and sign as well.
What? The what? You have something playing. You have something playing in the background. Are you on speaker or something? Or you normally sound bright. You normally sound brighter than this. Are you having a headpiece?
No, I have no headpiece.
You sound better now. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, to go over One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation and sign that Magnitsky Act over there too. So therefore, it will be just 2 petitions. That one and the one that Marvin has out.
Carla, listen, make we do one at a time. Make we get 100,000 per Marvin petition, and then we take on something else. Because you see this petition here, I want it to...
It wouldn't be any difference. That one is totally different from Marvin's own.
Yeah,
so
man, but we need
I don't
to
see
get...
any problem in signing both.
Yeah, if you have the time, but
there's
just,
no problem, you know.
make we just get one out of the way, get this one up to 100,000 signature.
That and let's just acknowledge, since she is on this one that she talk about, it's a petition that has been put out there for some time now. It has been out there maybe for a couple of months now. It's on the Rattisgan's platform. I don't know what kind of traction it's. I don't know if it's getting the kind of traction
still
that
about
it's
corruption in Jamaica.
How much?
Yeah.
How much?
Or be still about the corruption in Jamaica.
Yes, man. No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with Paula. I'm not disagreeing. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just basically giving some background to it to say, listen, we probably need to move with more alacrity, because even this petition that now started to get the 100 signature, we need to basically step up. We have platform that is carrying 7,000 plus listeners at any one time. We have various outfit that putting out there. So we should be able to get these numbers going.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
It's up to the people then. I leave it up to the people.
All right. Cool. Blessings. Me on here now. Obi.
Yes, my brother.
You see, when it comes to them things, because a lot of people don't want to sign the petition them. You understand? And the petition, that petition has been out there for a while, as you rightfully say. And sometimes the people them get involved. They are here talking about go on the road for protest. But here is something that is done very easy from your phone. Yeah? So I am saying to all and sundry, make us sign this petition here. Get it to 100,000. So if the government don't look at it, we send it to the United Nations and move right along. Let me take another call. Caller, good evening and good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Colin. This morning, from Uncle Ralston to Conrad O'Brien and you, with so many topics that are important to our Jamaican people, it brings me back to Genesis 18. And it talks about when Abraham, when the Almighty come down with the angel, I go mash up Sodom and Gomorrah. And he was saying, if I could only find 10 righteous, Almighty God, he will save it. So when the petition is put out there, we are asking the Jamaican people.
No, could you put the petition link in the group again for me, please?
Sign it, because what is coming, sign it, make it go up to him. Sign it. We need justice. Sign
yeah, man,
it.
and if him no look at it, we
remove
want to send it to the petition.
These people out of this parliament.
Caller, you see this petition? This is one of the ways we can bring in the international media. Because if them no want to look at it, we send it to CNN, and we send it to BBC, and we send it to Al Jazeera, and we send it all over the world.
Yes,
that is
why I'm helping.
Yes, man.
That is why I'm calling Colin. That is why I'm tapping in to them to see where this is going. His eyes is on the sparrow, and I know he watches over us. Please, my people, sign the petition.
Thank you.
Sign it. Have a good one.
Blessings. Obi, anything you want to add finally as we wrap up this morning?
Indeed. Just by way of information, Colin, I want you to just explain. Because sometimes, sometimes there's a fear factor. And we have to basically share with people. Sometimes people believe that, listen, you go and you sign a petition, you will be exposed. You will be able to identify that you are on the petition and so on. And
yes,
but
yes, on this petition, your name is obvious and the parish that you're from is obvious.
Indeed.
People need to stop being afraid because we don't want a bot petition. We don't want a petition where a bot or ghost sign it. We want petition with real people, and that's why I went on and I signed it. My name is there, my parish is there.
Absolutely, and that's why I've gone there, because I'm saying that, listen, if we're serious, we must stand up and be counted. The late Barbara Gludan used to say, if you're afraid of egg, if you're afraid of eye, you can't eat egg, who is one of my mentors.
You can't eat fish.
You can't eat fish. So therefore, let us stand up and be counted. If we believe in something, we believe in something. In closing, Colin, I'm saying that I'm joining force with the leader of the opposition and all well-thinking Jamaica, that the report from the Integrity Commission, as it relates to the FLA, must be shared with the Parliament and by extension the people of Jamaica no later than Tuesday coming or whenever the Parliament resume, because this is too important a body to be swimming in corruption. We're talking about the only institution in Jamaica or agency in Jamaica that is vested with the power to give a firearm license. And when we talk about firearm, we're talking about something that carry significant power. We must get it if it means that Shane Darling head has to roll and whoever else is basically implicated. And we're not saying that they are. We don't know. That is why we are asking for the report to be shared with us, so we will have better and further particular. I urge people like Floyd Green, show some decency, back off this kind of thing and so on. Right now in the United States, people from both sides of the aisle are now pushing back at Donald J. Trump as it relates to this $1.6 billion that he wants to basically give persons who side with him to take on the capital and create mayhem in the United States. Let's stand up and be counted. Go out there and sign the petition.
Thank you, Hobie. One love. We'll talk. Conrad O'Brien. Ralston Iman. Hold on. It looks like we have a call. Hold on the rally. Hold on there. Caller, go ahead.
Yeah.
Caller?
Mr. Shaka.
Yes, sir. Speak up.
Man, you and your panel.
Yeah, man. We still have Raleigh on the line, the greatest financial analyst in the world right now.
Yeah, pertaining to the petition, I think you people should use your channel every day to highlight the petition that people can get to familiarize themselves.
And that's what we are doing this morning. You realize when we come on this morning, we are talking about the petition and we ask everybody to sign it.
Yes, sir. But I'm saying going forward, every time you do the show, must highlight it.
Yeah, man, but the petition shouldn't last more than 1 week, man. We shouldn't take more than a week to get 1,000 subscribers on this, a thousand signature.
Yeah, but enough people don't really understand that. I think you're going to have to educate them, show and the program all the while.
Yes.
To get it forward. And with the previous petition from Mr. The other one there, you need to highlight that too. Both of them, I think the both of them is good to go forward.
Yeah, man, but you see, anything you start push whole heap of things from people, brother. People start, anything you start push whole heap of things from people, then them start believe that. That's why I don't want to push more than one at this time. I just want to deal with Jamaica demand right now. Make we get one. If we can get one proper petition, make we just get the one out of the way.
But if you're looking at the chat, enough people are asking them can get to it and we go. I'll do.
Yes, so that's why it has been posted in the link in the chat a couple of times from morning. Asking Nardi to put it one more time. Nardi, please put back the link to the petition in the chat for me. Thank you. All right, caller, give thanks.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, man. Raleigh, Your final words to the
Yeah,
people
man.
this morning and to Jamaica.
Final, I want to tell the people them say, just think about them living experience. Don't listen to none of the agencies them because all of them in collusion for lie to them about the numbers. So we see cars being repossessed by the banks. JMB repossessed 73 cars during the last couple of weeks. We
Hold
see
on there.
NCB repossessing.
Give us that. JMB possess what? 70 cars?
73 cars.
Yeah.
In the last month. This comes out on the heels of what NCB is doing. So banks are repossessing cars. Banks are repossessing houses because the people them can't service them loans. Businesses are selling less, which is separate selling some of the companies that they have in order to generate more revenues because the people just can't afford to buy the things that they are selling. Bars are selling less. Everywhere we go, aggregate demand and total spending is weakening because the government is not spending the money. We have a unique situation where a government sits on a whole lot of money. A lot of things are there to be built, but the country is in a recession because they're not spending the money on building out anything. So we're telling the people of Jamaica, don't listen to what those agencies are saying. What your experience, what your
Raleigh?
experiencing, you're buying less and less and your standard of living is falling. And you need to take steps in order to change the situation. You cannot rely on people from come and help you. You have to help yourself. Yeah? So that's where we are right now. And this thing is going to get worse if the government doesn't start spending the money to rehabilitate the places that have been destroyed and spending on energy and food security and those things. So the people of Jamaica will have to take the future in their hands. Yeah? But international people can only help you. You have to help yourself. And right now, things are getting really messy because what the man them doing is suffering you and then colluding to tell you that your experience is different using fabricated numbers. Yeah. So get serious about the run of the country and hold the leaders accountable. Yeah. They are the ones who you voted for.
But
hold them
Raleigh,
accountable because yeah.
you mentioned people around the world can't help you. Isn't it that the people around the world are facing difficulties as well?
Precisely. So everybody has to start every top have to sit on its own bottom. That's the point I'm making. So stop this lazy business and then I depend on people because the people internationally have their own problems to deal with. You have to deal with your own problems. Yeah, you can't just sit back and then waiting on somebody else to come and deal with your problems. So get serious about your country and hold the leaders accountable. 10 years, 0.8% per annum economic growth. And we're now in a recession. And it's not that we don't have enough money to move us out of the recession. It's because of incompetence and corruption.
So you're saying we have enough money to take us out of the recession?
Well, $512 billion internationally sitting on.
So you're of the opinion that this recession could be a U-shape or a V-shape recession if the government was proactive?
Precisely. It would have been a V if they were proactive. As the Bank of Jamaica said, if they started to spend the money just like we were saying, then we would find ourselves in this position. And even though while they're trying to move us out of this position, the people who are supposed to help them plan are telling us that we're not into this position. So if you deny that you're in a problem, you won't be able to come out of the problem. We know Lisa the naughty body, they have no credibility whatsoever.
All right, my brother, give thanks. We'll talk again tomorrow. We'll talk Monday.
Monday, yeah, man.
One love.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Ralston, I am on the top financial analyst on the planet right now. May I tell you? No joke about it. My listeners and viewers, we are in a serious dilemma. Very, very serious. We have been trying to warn the nation that the government of Jamaica is not operating in the best interests of the people of Jamaica. We have been warning the nation that the government of Jamaica lacks vision. We have been warning the nation that there's an incompetence issue within the government. We have been warning, you know. And a lot of people are listening, I will agree. But I still believe that the majority not taking heed. That's why we ask you to like the channel. We ask you to share that we can spread the word to all the people in all the places that need to hear and understand what is happening in Jamaica. Told you, I got a vision this morning. The Almighty show me the purpose of NARA. It is to control the oil that they think that we are going to find. It is to ensure that the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, have full control of the oil and can make whatever decision they want. And that's why the indemnity clauses are in this NARA bill. Jamaicans, there's a petition out there. I am not saying sign it if you are in agreement with what is happening in Jamaica. But I am saying that if you are not in agreement with the operation of the Jamaican government, please sign the petition. This has been the Colin Bell Show for yet another Saturday. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, like and share the channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe now to Portland Spice TV at YouTube. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet again tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock for Talk Jamaica. Peace be with you, my people. Louis Culture.
Tell them to try pre-we, big up Portland Spice TV. Tell them to try pre-we, big up Portland Spice TV. Remember to subscribe. See, Portland Spice TV, Louis Culture say it once and I say it again. Portland Spice TV. We are going to hold them up.